You're watching Live Now from Fox. I'm Shirley-descorbeth. Well, this week marks 1 year since the shocking assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moise. And joining us right now is Haitian broadcast journalist James Pierre to help us explain what has happened in the investigation. Hi, James. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, James, this week, the Haitian government held a ceremony to mark and honor the death of Jovenel Moise. But his wife, the First Lady, Martine-Moise, said that she would not be there. She did not attend. What do you make of this?
Well, we have to understand after it's a year now after the assassination of President Jovenel Moise, the Moise family is not in good term with the current president, or should I say with the current Prime Minister of Haiti, Ariel Henry, who is also, according to multiple sources, had link with one of the co-author of the assassination of President Jovenel Moise. So the First Lady made it clear that he will not partake in any activity organized by the Haitian government. So the family organized their own ceremony in the northern side of Haiti to celebrate the 1 year, or to commemorate the 1 year anniversary assassination of President Jovenel Moise. And Martine-Moise stated clearly during that ceremony that she doesn't have any sort of faith in the Haitian government to give justice to the president brutally assassinated inside of his residence.
Right, inside of his home. Now, speaking of the First Lady, she was also wounded during the attack. How is she doing to date?
Well, we asked her the question and she said physically she's doing extremely well. She still has to go through other operations, but she said that she's perfectly fine, and it's a must for her to be in Haiti during that 1 year, to be in Haiti, in the northern side of Haiti, among the Haitian population, to keep seeking for justice for President Jovenel Moise.
Right, seeking justice, demanding justice. Let's talk about the investigation. At least 40 people have been arrested, but there has been no trial in Haiti. And how would you say the investigation is progressing? Is it progressing at all?
Well, there's no progression when we come to the judgment or the case in Haiti. We have to remind our viewers, now this is the fifth judge on the case. All the other judges were either they resigned earlier, they are incapable of seeking more evidence to add charges to the person being detained by the Haitian police. We have to remind you, 1 year after the assassination of President Jovenel Moise, all the Colombians and Haitian or Haitian Americans detained in Haiti, they are not being charged by the justice system of Haiti. So clearly there's not a way where we can talk about justice, where we can talk even about a trial, because we are not even there. Now the fifth judge on the case still hasn't made any statement, said that he's still gathering information around the case, but there are a lot of allegations that the Minister of Justice had linked with other people who were against the president of Haiti, that he has no interest in pursuing justice for the president. There are also news about the Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, who had very close tie with Badio, a suspect named by the Haitian National Police as someone who somehow had a lot to do with the assassination of President Jovenel Moise.
A lot of allegations, a lot of suspicions, and the Haitian community just wants to know the truth. Do you think this will ever happen?
I don't know if the Haitian community will find the truth. Maybe more with time we will understand the case, we'll find more revelations, we'll seek information. We know the US justice system is now putting in trial several suspects in the case. We shed light, but the local or the Haitian government is not giving any information to the journalists.
Let's talk about some of the instability and violence on the island. I recently read that the main courthouse in the country was invaded and some court files were even set on fire. What do you think the ramifications of this are?
Well, we have to understand that when we talk about Haiti, Port-au-Prince, the capital, is being controlled, I can say years now, by gang members, several gang members. There's one gang member, a leader of that gang member, he's not happy with the justice system because the national police arrested several of his members, and he decided to invade one of the courtroom in the capital, being under control still the day that we are talking by that gang. And they are saying they take over because they feel that they can give themselves their own justice instead of believing in the Haitian justice system.
And would you say the living conditions in Haiti have worsened since the assassination of President Jovenel Moise?
Well, according to many evidence or many data, economic data that we have right now, we know that the conditions of Haitians living in Haiti is worse compared to how it was before the assassination of President Jovenel Moise. Thousands of Haitians fled Haiti to Dominican Republic for a better life, thousands to Chile. And we also know that many business owners left Haiti because of the unsafety in Port-au-Prince particularly. So we can back that statement that yes, the conditions are worse than before.
That's just really unfortunate when you think about the young college students who have had to leave school, and come here and really don't have their future set up yet. Let's talk about the interim government that's in place and what is going on with politics and the future of the elections there.
Well, the actual government led by the Prime Minister Ariel Henry had one clear mission to organize elections in the next 3 months after the assassination of President Jovenel Moise. We are going to a year now. There's no elections. There's nothing put in place. The Prime Minister is saying that he's still talking to other parties or their leaders to find a consensus to organize elections. But the Haitian people doesn't believe that he can organize elections now.
Okay, and Haiti was also in the news a lot last year for several other reasons. A number of American missionaries were kidnapped. Yesterday, the DOJ announced that a Haitian gang member was charged in the kidnapping here in the US. Regarding those missionaries being kidnapped, what kind of message do you believe that sends? Do you think this will possibly frighten some of those gangs in Haiti?
Well, I think the message is clear. The US government is saying clearly to the gang members in Haiti, be careful who you try to kidnap. If you kidnap US citizens, there's a huge possibility you'll be extradited to the United States and you will face the US justice system. But I don't think that will stop them from kidnapping other Haitian citizens living in Haiti.
Mm-hmm. And just today, we also heard regarding the investigation into the Border Patrol agents who were seen allegedly in videos and images. They appear to be whipping a number of Haitian migrants at the Texas border. But today, the investigation found that there was no evidence that they actually struck the migrants. However, several of those agents were suspended. What do you have to say about that? How do you feel that the Haitian community will react to this?
Well, I think the Haitian community react differently. Most importantly, I know a group of Haitians that are saying that they had hope in the President of United States, Joe Biden, made a statement right after that incident saying that we will seek justice and these officers will be punished. Now, when we receive that news, the Haitian community is not pleased with what kind of justice the President Biden was talking about when he said that we will seek justice for these Haitians and how he will resolve the case. And now we know that it's almost saying that, hey, you're doing a good job. There's no way you can keep continuing doing what you're doing.
All right, Haitian journalist James Pierre helping us break this all down regarding the latest happening in Haiti. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to speaking to you again soon.
My pleasure. Thank you.